Yeah, that's a good question. Where did it all start? Well, I come from a Polynesian family of eight siblings, well, with eight siblings altogether, and mum and dad have always actually um, diversified in what we did. We kind of had holidays at home, weeding the garden, doing all those island things, cleaning the stairs, cleaning the gardens, and that's what we look forward to as a Samoan family during the Christmas holidays and every other holiday. It made us more keen, especially me. I would dream about what things would be like outside of the realm of our Mount Eden dwelling when I was a kid, and I thought, these people in the movies look so happy, and I just thought, one day, and then in 1984, after leaving school, I went in and did 3 years of full-time teachers training college at the Epsom Teachers Training College, and while doing so, I got a job as a Les Mills fitness instructor, doing jazzercise, jazzergetics, the circuit training with weights. Got into helping out rugby league teams, and while I was doing that, someone asked me if I wanted to do modelling, so I joined up with Doreen Morrison Model Agency, which was one of the biggest agencies in the 80s. They gave me a lot of catwalk work, which I never thought I'd ever do. You imagine you could do that, but being trained in it, walking up and down, back straight, chin up, sell the clothes, it's what they yelled at you to do. And then after about 15 years of Les Mills, I decided that I would do some acting. So I graduated after studying from 1983 to 85 from Epsom Teachers College. 86 I went to my first teaching assignment, and that was out in Mount Ross School, and spent 3 years there from 1986 to 1988. And then at the end of 1988, I met up with some of my friends who were at Teachers Training College with me, and most of them were not teaching anymore. They'd all got airline jobs, because at that time New Zealand was opening up, and the best way to do it was to get an airport job, flight crew. I applied for National Airways for New Zealand and got in. During the training, it dawned on me, hey, all I'm doing is serving food. I'm not really getting to see the places. So I thought, I'm staying up all night studying for food hospitality, which I could do in a restaurant. I pulled out after 6 weeks and thought, no, I really enjoyed teaching for a reason. It's my passion. So went back to teaching, went to South Auckland, got a position out in Otara of all places, but I loved being there because it reminded me of when my mum used to take us out to South Auckland to visit our cousins, because we lived in Mount Eden, Central City, and it was just like a whole new world. Like, we'd heard of Samoa, none of us had been to Samoa. The closest thing we were ever going to get to Samoa was go to Otara to see our cousins. And we did, and mum used to dress me and my brother up as twins, and we'd go out there in our best Sunday best and play rugby with our cousins. And they thought it was a laugh, and we thought, well, that was the best outing we've ever got each time we went there. Then after 15 years of teaching at a high school and doing Les Mills World of Fitness, I decided to change programs. I started out with Jazzercise, which was a dance-based program, went into fitness, pure fitness and adrenaline, high energy jazzergetics, which is called Body Attack today. And then I did weight training and aerobics together, where I was stood in the middle, had people on the machines coming after every 30 seconds, doing push-ups, sit-ups, star jumps for that duration of time. It was a really good workout in the 80s, and they got rid of it. Sorry, it was a really good workout in the 90s, and they got rid of it in the early 2000s. And now not many people go to the gym. It was such a community type of workout where everyone, no matter what walk of life or socioeconomic area you came from, you all worked out together. You had to partner up, one person in the aerobics on the floor, one person on the machine, and you just alternated all the way around. I loved it. my first big trip was to Tokyo. Actually, I done in 1987 a Mr. New Zealand model search um, pageant, and it was the first ever in New Zealand, and Candy Lane actually was the choreographer for all the dances. I managed to convince her that I could dance. This is after dancing around the radio when I was a kid. I didn't actually have any formal training, but as a Les Mills World of Fitness instructor, they gave us fitness training, ballet training, dance training, all in the one program, and I was set. In fact, in the late or early 90s, towards the middle of the 90s, I organised a cheer squad for Eden Park, and we went out there and we gave it what for. People were blown away that this cheer squad that looked like a cheer squad could do 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, 20 star jumps in the middle of all these dance numbers. And it was a hell of a workout in the hot searing sun, because they used to have all the games in the afternoon at Eden Park. But the best thing I could have done to amalgamate my dancing, my acting, my modelling, and we were sponsored for our outfit. So in 1999, a few years after that, I was asked, because I was attached to a Cook Island group at the college that I was working with for the last 2 years, and they'd won several times. So the Ministry of Polynesian Affairs asked me on behalf of Jenny Shipley to organise and choreograph 78 students across Auckland, high school students, and we put on a Samoan, Tongan, Tokelauan, Cook Island, Niuean and Fijian welcome for President Clinton, and even that in itself was quite remarkable. I'd never dreamed I'd be working with the US President while organising his welcome in his Air Force One at Auckland International Airport. We weren't allowed to go home on the night before the big event, and 5 weeks before the event happened, we were rehearsing non-stop. Now, all these students came from across Auckland. I didn't teach all of them, so they'd all been handpicked by their own teachers, sent to our college, and we'd rehearse from about 5 o'clock to 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And towards the end, we got Secret Service security, who said to us that now no one is allowed to see this performance. It's not going to be pre-recorded. You have rehearsals, we're watching. They're on all 4 stations of the exits, and we had to manage our rehearsals with SS Secret Service guys there. And on the night before the big Clinton family, President Clinton family arrived, we weren't allowed to go home. We had to pack our bag on the Thursday night, come to school, do a full day of teaching, and then go and do our final rehearsals and costume changes at a marae near the Auckland International Airport. Then they transported us all over to the airport, and the funny thing was we had Cook Island dancers, and the girls had, you know how they have the hula outfits, they had coconut shells here, and they all still had to go under the airport advisors to check if they were, terrorists and all that stuff. They had to do that check. And it was the biggest event I've ever attended, even though I was there as a teacher. You had your kids out there at the bottom of the stairs doing their welcome. We had an adult te reo group, Māori group doing a haka, then all our groups in their layers. The first group was Samoan, Tongan, Samoan, took along towards the back, and then he walked down amongst that area with Jenny Shipley, who I met on the day as well, and she thanked me for putting the group together. And it was so nice to be asked to do that. At the end of that year, it didn't stop. I was asked to dance and sing after a massive audition in the Xena Warrior Princess episode, which was 2 episodes. It's a double episode, and it was nominated for an Emmy. So who can say they were in a double episode Emmy nominated program in New Zealand? There's like a handful of people who can say that. So I'm really honoured, but you know, it humbles you in the fact that you get there, it's damn hard work. There's no sort of glamour about it. You're in there doing the hard yards, and you only see the glamour when you see it from the camera point of view at the end. So it made me realise about, you know, just about advertising, about big business and these big productions. Um, I went on and I choreographed Grease at one of the schools that I was at, and a few of those students back then, there was Troy Kingy, who was one of our T-birds. There were a few other people who went on to make big names in the music industry in New Zealand. So I'm very proud of that. Also, I went to Tokyo as a result of Mr. New Zealand, and I travelled every year after that. In fact, I got into being a Les Mills World of Fitness instructor out at New Caledonia, and I had an interview, and all they wanted to know was, do you take exercise, which they watched in one of my classes at Les Mills, and can I speak French? And I did French right throughout the high school, basically because they were feeding us. No other reason. I still speak French, but it's nice to have a job that culminates in what you studied. I also did ground crew for Air New Zealand for a holiday stint. They wanted me to do full time, but I missed actual teaching, academia in my head. I need to be stimulated. Otherwise, it's a no go. Hence, I left flight crewing because, like, yeah, you just study to get in, and that's it. I have done recently hospitality courses, which enable me to run a cafe up north. And so I learned a whole lot of recipes for muffins of all sorts, shapes and sizes, and was able to run a cafe. Currently studying full on at legal studies, and in my third year, coming into 2025, I would like to go back and redo a few papers from last year because I don't think I put 100% into it, and whatever you do sticks for the rest of your life. So I'd like to do some more of those, redo some of them before I move on. Very recently I have got into Shortland Street in 2023. Was able to go there almost every week of 2023, and in 2023 November I decided, hey, I want to go back into my broadcasting mode, and I started up my own business called KIWI News Briefs, whereby I do a weekly rundown of everything that's happening in New Zealand, very briefly, and a few ideas of news that's really standing out overseas. And it's been going for almost, we're into our second year here, and I'm loving it. And I've recently got into being asked to do some formal broadcasting, and I'm hoping this year I get to do that quite often because I train to do what I'm about to do this year, and it's really, really cool. Just next month, I am going to the big opening of a big movie that I did in 2023, and just because they had a few teething problems, it was supposed to come out last year in 2024, but it's going to hit New Zealand screens in February this month, and I think it's already hit the Hawaiian International Film Festival. It's been to the Perth International Film Festival, and just recently it's been to the Palm Springs International Film Festival, and the rave reviews it's got. So I can't wait to see what little bit I did in that movie, and it's an interesting part that I got. It's like nothing I've ever done before, and I'm keeping it under wraps until it comes out. I'll put a review of the movie on once I've been to the big premiere and seen it for myself, because you never predict what scenes they've used or if they've used you at all. So that's pretty exciting for the year, and I'm looking forward to studies. I'm looking forward to doing some more broadcasting and acting, and it'll be setting the precedent, this movie coming out next month, because I've done a movie before. It was a short movie, but I didn't have a big role in it either, but it seemed like I did when the movie came out. So in this one, I think I have a little part in it, but I'm not sure how many times. We had like 4 or 5 takes on the one scene with all these other people out there, and I was holding fort with the dialogue there, so it'll be very interesting. I'm very excited, and I'm looking forward to 2025, 2026, because there's nothing like making your mark. Our family had a loss last year, a few losses of my nephew passing, my auntie dying, a cousin dying, and my sister at the end of 2024. My sister Anne passed, so I'm going to go to the opening of this premiere of this movie this month, and I was supposed to go with her, but yeah, she's gone, so I'm just going to just wear the shirt that she liked me wearing before she passed, because she commented on my shirt when I was massaging her feet towards the end, and I thought, oh, maybe I should get dressed in that, or we'll see how we go. I like to ham it up a bit, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this year. Thanks for asking me to come in. I mean, look at you guys, look at your crew. Hello.